In every age, God has raised up men and women to meet the needs of the day. Now is that time. You are the one. Now is the time for saints. As we live these days of fasting from, of all things, the Eucharist, recognizing, perhaps for the first time in our lives, and perhaps even surprisingly, how desperately we long for Jesus in the sacraments. It makes me think of Saint Sharbel, a 19th century monk from the Eastern Maronite Catholic tradition, who, after professing vows, decades later even became a hermit. Saint Sharbel was raised in a village in the mountains of Lebanon. He was a shepherd to his family's humble little flock of sheep before entering the monastery. And after he was ordained a priest, he was asked to go to a remote village where there was no priest, to celebrate the liturgy, to hear confessions, and give absolution. Really, to bring those people Jesus. Those villagers, they longed for Jesus in the sacraments. You might even say that they too were living a Eucharistic fast. Saint Sharbel, he knew the anguish of suffering lambs. And so he went, and he brought them our Eucharistic Lord. There's a prayer that's prayed at the end of every Maronite liturgy, and even as a small girl, I've always been struck by one line in that prayer. It reads, "I know not whether I will return to you again to offer sacrifice." It's a prayer the priest prays, directed to the altar. But I think we, during these days, are touching a deep place in that prayer today. You know, this Eucharistic fast, it will end. Public masses will return. But that certainly does not negate the suffering we're experiencing during these days. So let us call upon the intercession of Saint Sharbel as we continue to journey through these days.